Are you kidding me?
Here's a shot on the play. They score! Now switches hands. He scored! Oh my goodness!
Yo, we got energy and vibes. Power on my side. Can't see nobody. You can do it like mine. What they thought they had me, I don't even think that's possible. When it comes to ranking all these guys, then I'm a top. Trying to get up to the top. Never slip, never drop. I will never lose because I don't quit and I won't stop. Power on my side. Power on my side.
24 hours ago, we were in Calgary for the NLL Game of the Week. Tonight, we're a little bit east, but we're still watching the Western Conference. It's a fantastic matchup in the Alberta Cup Series on the road for the chase for the championship between the Warriors and the Rush. But last night, it was a highlight-filled affair between the Roughnecks and the Thunderbirds as Tanner Cook and Curtis Dixon put on a wonder show for the fans. And Calgary has won 3 straight in a stranglehold on 3rd place. Here tonight at the SaskTel Center, it's the Rush and Warriors. And Brad, for the Rush, they can't afford to lose any more games. A loss, and they are out. The Vancouver Warriors, not as dire, but they can't afford to lose any more contests. Inside the broadcast booth alongside Brad Challoner, my name is Teddy Jenner, and a huge game for these two clubs at the bottom of the Western standings.
Yeah, playoffs start tonight, essentially, for both these two clubs. If Saskatchewan loses, as you mentioned, they're done. They're gone. Vancouver Warriors still have their destiny in their own hands. Pretty much need to win out to make things interesting for the Vancouver Warriors, but they've beaten Saskatchewan already, looking to win that season series here tonight.
The big news for the Rush last week came behind the bench. And General Manager Derek Keenan relieved Jeff McComb of his duties, and in comes Jimmy Quinlan, a member of this organization way back when they were the Edmonton Rush. He's the only player to have his number retired by the franchise, and it's going to be a little different. Quinlan will take over the head coaching role full-time next year, but General Manager and head coach Derek Keenan just kind of here to show him the way.
Yeah, and they're not placing any blame on Jeff McComb. This is a team that had championship aspirations heading into the season, has just underperformed. They've lost a lot of one-goal games, and the message is not getting through, and they're looking for a different voice behind the bench, a guy that the players are really familiar with. The systems aren't going to change, but they just need to find that extra edge, and they're hoping to find that with the enthusiasm and the communication skills of Jimmy Quinlan.
Earlier tonight, Derek Keenan caught up with our own Chantel Chan.
Coach, your team made a move and you guys let go of Jeff McComb. What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, it was obviously a really hard decision. You know, he's been a great coach for us for a long time, and he and I have a 20-year relationship as colleagues. And but you know, basically the 4-10 record just wasn't where I felt we should be with our level of talent and the ability that we have. And everybody on our group, they're wearing it, including myself. So we just felt that even though, you know, only 4 games to go, we want to see what we can do with a different voice down the stretch here with Jimmy and I kind of taking over co-coaches and going into next year with Jimmy as the head coach. So again, hard decision, but we felt this was the time to do it and see if we can get done here the last 4 games.
Thank you for your time, Coach, and good luck tonight.
All right, thanks very much.
Time now for tonight's starting goaltenders for the Vancouver Warriors. It will be Alex Bouquet, and for the Rush, it will be Eric Penny. There's a look at 0-0 in white. Alex Bouquet, 5-6, 1153 goals against, and a .775. And at the other end, Eric Penny, who used to be a member of this Vancouver Warriors club, still sporting his Warrior colors on his hands. Penny 2-3 since coming over, 9.99 goals against, and a .77 save percentage. And it should be an interesting matchup, as we asked Derek Keenan earlier this week if maybe Eric Penny would play with a chip on his shoulder, and he said he's not that kind of guy.
No, he's pretty level-headed, even-keel goaltender, but you know that Eric Penny wants to put on a good show. Released after Vancouver Warriors training camp. They liked better what they had in Bouquet and Fryer. Let's see if that pays off for the Vancouver Warriors here tonight.
Messenger wins the draw against Gustafson. Saskatchewan will have opening possession as Matt Beers gives it off to the Rush captain, Chris Corbeil. Near side, Robert Church. Keenan, now Mark Matthews. Time and room, takes a shot, left shoulder save there by Bouquet. Nice early save by the Warriors netminder. Fresh 30 for the Rush.
Derek Keenan told us this week, Mark Matthews has always been pass first. They want him to shoot first. That's what he does on the first shot of the game.
Church to Keenan, outside shot. Another nice save there by Bouquet. Loose ball picked up by Taylor Stewart. Looking up the floor, finds Brett Midsky. Off the bench comes Keegan Ball. Leads the team in goals, assists, and points. Now Dinsdale. Near side, Reed Bowering, who might see a heavier dose of offense here tonight. Shuts the ball on an island with Cornwall. Ball, drive, shot! And never made it on target. Loose ball picked up by Jeff Cornwall, and he runs it into official. Up ahead, Garland.
Great trail check by Jeff Cornwall to take that opportunity away from Keegan Ball. He's really quick-footed to get underneath. Cornwall knows that stays with them, knocks the ball free.
Lindner to Messenger. Now far side, Keenan, late man, goalie sneak. Church alone, he tried to go 5-hole, save by Bouquet. Now breakaway the other way, Goodwin, empty net. Goodwin shoots, scores on the empty net on the sneak. A little trickery from the Saskatchewan Rush early on, but Vancouver capitalizes. It's Goodwin finds the open net, and it's 1-0 Vancouver.
Hey, that's why it's a gamble, and it pays off here for the Vancouver Warriors. Backfires on the Rush. They pull Eric Penny to the bench. They get an extra attacker on for a quick shot opportunity, and Vancouver brings it right back up the gut. Brandon Goodwin gets himself into a nice position. Doesn't want to throw that wide and miss it and have to pay the boys in Kangaroo Court, but he buries Vancouver.
Face-off win there by Gustafson. Vancouver will start in their own zone with Kalinic. Check that, that's Stewart, 71. Now Kyle Killen, far side. Spoke to him before the game, and he's just a little upset the defenders aren't letting him get his shot off, and there's a perfect example as he gets ridden into the boards by McClellan. Loses possession, and here comes Captain Chris Corbeil again.
Killen's a time and space shooter. He loves that righty shooter position, not on top center, just over a little bit. Look for the Warriors to try to find Killen that room tonight. Shatler
to Church, saved there by Bouquet, and then Courier gives an extra push there to Barker. We'll talk about Barker a little bit later, but he's been an absolute treat for this Vancouver Warriors defense and a big boost on their back end. Ball. Bowering was open in the middle, couldn't find him. Schuss into the corner, Lowen. All the way around the horn, gives it off to Keegan Ball. Isolated there on Garlick, comes across the top. Back to Lowen. 8 on the shot clock. Lowen flips it to Schuss. Time and room. Over the top, save Penny! Oh my goodness, that almost got in behind him. A nice defensive play there to keep it out by Ryan Dilks.
Nice trigger, but a little bit as well. A little bit of stutter, fakes it, shoots it. And that would have beat Penny because it's dribbling down his backside. Stays on the right side of the line for the Rush. Here's Mark Matthews, swims on Kalinic, trying to go short side corner, save Bouquet. Now Shatler will go low and he put it wide. They'll say the shot by Matthews never made it on target. Now Salt gonna try to run onto one. This will be back over. And Vancouver asking for a delay of game call. Are they gonna get it? They are. And so the Vancouver Warriors who have the number 3 power play in the National Lacrosse League. We'll get an opportunity as Dan Lintner gets the delay game call. And the whistle was blowing. The play is supposed to be dead there. The Rush aren't allowed to touch the ball. Vancouver can scoop that up on the run for the quick whistle, but Dan Lintner gets in the way, and Vancouver power play will go to work. Ball, Killen, Dinsdale, Lowen, and Schuss. In the corner, Lowen back up to Logan Schuss. Skips it to Killen, shot, trying to go short side corner. Nice shoulder save by Eric Penny, reset to 30. That's his spot, though. That's his office that they want to get Kyle Killen the opportunity from. Ball, surveys, gives to Schuss. Tries to draw some defenders, Killen with time and room. Shot there by Ball, goes off a defender, not on target. Schuss scoops it up, back to Ball. Schuss, little clutch and go. Never made it on target. Loose ball picked up by the Rush, and they're going to run. Man up ahead is Church. Garland will hold on to it. Garland to Church. Pivots. Shot. Oh, put it wide. Don't say a save there by Bouquet. Barker finds a loose ball. Bounce it far side. The power play will come back to work, and it looks like there's going to be a call here. And I think this is going to be Garrett McIntosh heading to the box. He gave Robert Church an extra shot in front of Gardonio.
It'll be an illegal body check on Garrett McIntosh. Your referees, Mark Gardonio, Garrison, and Dutkus. And McIntosh just tried to run a little interference, and you'll have to sit 2 or less. Here's Messenger. Thought about it, tucks underneath, gets past Barker, shot, another penalty coming up here for the Vancouver Warriors. As Codron picks it up, and it's gonna be Barker heading to the box on a holding call. So the Rush will get their first power play of the night. Number 7 power play in the league, going up against the number 1 penalty kill unit, as Barker just wrapped his arms around Messenger, pulled him to the ground.
You drive hard to the net, and good things happen. You get a good scoring opportunity, or sometimes you got a defender chasing you like that. It's going to draw a penalty. 4-on-3 is about the easiest scoring opportunity you could get in the National Lacrosse League.
Keenan, Matthews, Church, Courier. Matthews to Church, shot. Parried away by the right arm of Bouquet. Nice save by the Warriors goaltender in an early rhythm. Courier, top corner. He hasn't had the best statistical season, but that's a big goal for Josh Courier. Gets the Rush on the board. It's 1-1.
I said it a second ago, 4-on-3 is about the easiest shot you can take in the National Lacrosse League. So much time and space. Courier stings this one. I like the whip on this shot here as he sort of swings that one-hand stroke and stings it far side high. It's 1-1.
So Gustafson will face off against Messengers. We'll play 4-on-4 for another 36 seconds. A lot of open floor out there for the star athletes of the NLL. Messenger wins the draw clean. He's got a man with him. Messenger, one more. McClellan scores! In transition, Connor McClellan. 2 in quick succession for the Rush, and it's 2-1.
Big face-off win can create big transition opportunities here, and this is just executed perfectly by the Saskatchewan Rush face-off team as we get another look. Mike Messenger, clean draw win, pops it to himself. Beers sets a bit of a screen there, and it's 2-on-1 up the floor. And McClelland, another guy who Derek Keenan and the coaching staff has been pleasantly surprised with this season, finds the back of the net.
And I'm not sure what the discussion is here with Mark Gardonio and the box official. Maybe just trying to get some timing right, but Justin Salt came right onto the floor and went right towards one of the referees and had some words with him. I'm not sure what they were talking about, but got a small delay here. As we mentioned off the top, the Saskatchewan Rush cannot afford any more losses. One more and they are officially eliminated from the postseason. As for the Vancouver Warriors, they need a lot of wins and a lot of help elsewhere if they're going to make it in, because they've had a bit of a tough stretch here.
Yeah, they're not getting any help across the Rocky Mountains in Calgary, Alberta right now, where the Roughnecks are beating up on the Panther City Lacrosse Club. Those are the 2 teams that Vancouver's going to be fighting for a playoff spot with.
Well, still just trying to figure out some timing here inside SaskTel. Last check, it was 10-2 Calgary at halftime. New York beat Buffalo today in one of the upsets of the season, as they were in control of that game all night long. Got a little nasty late in that contest. Toronto beats Rochester as they come back late to win that game. So the chase for the championship here in the National Lacrosse League continues to heat up. And it looks like we are good. Thumbs up from Mark Gardonio. And so it'll be Gustafson and Messenger. Gustafson was a late pickup by this Warriors team when Tyrell Hamer-Jackson went down with a lower body injury. And now what's the call? They're gonna take Messenger?
They're gonna retake. They're redoing the draw, which you don't see very often. But Gustafson, who came from the Arena Lacrosse League in Ontario, a street free agent pickup, nice signing and nice scouting by Jamie Dubrick, the Eastern Scouser. I don't know what's happening there, but Gustafson went 50% against one of the best face-off guys in the league, Joe Nardella, last week.
Here's Charlin Beatties. Dinsdale laid off the bench, still got some 4-on-4 lacrosse. Now Ball beats his man, back to Dinsdale. Shot, turned aside by Penny, loose ball. Bowering battling for it. And it'll be picked up there by Kyle Rubish, the 4-time defender of the year, up ahead to Ryan Dilks.
So we've already seen some offensive shifts from Bowering. We've already seen some offensive shifts from Mike Messenger. Two guys probably in the conversation for Transition Player of the Year, which is the award for the best two-way player in the game. Really showing what they're all about here tonight so far.
Another power play opportunity as Lichtner gets on the floor. Matthews drags, gives to Church, shot, glove saved by Bouquet. Church gets his own rebound. Keenan back to Church, shot off the left leg of Bouquet. Another nice save by Double O. And running now is Stewart. He'll bounce it to Keegan. Ball gets over the timeline. 20 remaining on the minor to Garrett McIntosh. Midsky out there just trying to create some havoc and clear some space for Keegan Ball. 10 on the shot clock, 5 on the penalty shots. Double comes, Lowen, and give it to Schuss. And he'll take a late shot. Owen Penny had to be careful of that short bouncer. And I thought they were going to go to break, but they won't. They'll just keep playing here. Ryan Keenan comes fresh off the bench. And the late man is Messenger. Matthews will work with Keenan on the far side. To Messenger. Now Courier. We saw Zach last night. Tonight it's Josh. And that ball goes off the boards, picked up by Derek Lloyd, and Garland is out. So no transition for Vancouver. And Goodwin will give it off to Dinsdale. Now Kyle Killen's far side. Killen around the top. Thought about it, gives it off to Lowen. Pumps it into the corner from Schuss. And then that pass is picked off by the Russian. They're going to try and run. Slow numbers here for Saskatchewan. Garland, Cornwall. Garland on that pass was nicely picked off by Vancouver's Riley Lowen. They're going to try and run. Stewart's got Lowen coming right down the pipe. Lowen, one more. Shot scores! What a goal! We usually say he needs time and room, but that time Kyle Killen buries it inside a phone booth and tucks it top corner. And it's 2-2 as Kyle Killen gets his 32nd.
Some words for the Rush bench as well. Tic-tac-toe, 3-pass trend. Ball's picked off by Riley Lowen. He lobs it up the floor. 2-on-1 opportunity here. Stewart goes across. Lowen again back to Kyle Killen, who goes airborne. I wonder if we're going to see a flag here from the Rush bench.
Yeah, they've thrown the flag here, and it looks like his left foot is on the line. So I think this one will come back in quick succession. Probably won't take Mark Gordonio very long, but last night we saw stranger things.
We saw some wacky this weekend. This is what April lacrosse is all about. This is the chase to the championship. Playoffs essentially on the line every single night between these two clubs, or between every club in the National Lacrosse League right now, as everybody's jockeying for position. We'll get a look. Killen goes airborne here, and yeah, his toe is down before he even takes this shot. So this one's going to come back. Good back and forth action, though, on both sides.
So it will stay 2-1 with 7:56 remaining. And we'll get the official word from crew chief Mark Gordonio.
So Jimmy Quinlan's first challenge flag as an associate head coach. He's 1 for 1.
And that'll take us to a TV timeout. It's been fast and furious to start. Killen thought he had the tire, but the Saskatchewan Rush lead it 2-1 as the latest goal comes off the faceoff. Messenger, power move, one extra one, and McClellan makes it 2-1.
The NLL on TSN is brought to you in part by Alterna Savings. Alterna offers easy, more personal financial services and puts the good in banking. Visit alterna.ca to learn more. By Fanatics.ca, the NLL's home for officially licensed everything. Visit Fanatics.ca today. And by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will.
Back inside SaskTel Center, there's a look at Jimmy Quinlan. Just talking through, and it's obviously Derek Keenan is there, not to hold his hand, but just to kind of keep the bench level-headed. And he's going to allow Jimmy to do a lot of the talk and a lot of the instructing and kind of start to make this his own team, as he will become the full-time head coach for next season. Here's Messenger trying to get underneath Cotter. Nice defense slide. Help comes from Salt. Matthews, one more to Shatler. Bowering got his stick on it.
Messenger's is such a beast. Two slide help. They're both on his chest and on his stick. What does he do? One-handed pass, top center, and almost a shot opportunity there for the rush.
Here's Dinsdale now. Gets a pick there from Garrett McIntosh. Will stay and play a shift to O. Ball. Trying to ask for a pick from McIntosh. Gets it. Comes near side Charlotte Beatty. He gets a pick from Bowering. Trying to find somebody. Got ball far side. Oh, he put off the post. Had Penny beat. Long ball pass. Cornwall just out of his arms. But he should be able to crowd off the end boards, and he does. Kalinic all over him quickly. And Cornwall runs to space. Now Ryan Keenan fresh off the bench. 2-1's your score. Just under 7 left to play in the first quarter. We'll hear from the third member of our team, Chantel Chan, shortly. Inside feed to Matthews, can't connect. Loose ball grabbed there by Taylor Stewart. Up ahead, Barker. We'll go back towards his own bench, give it off to Marty Dinsdale, who used to be a part of this franchise when they were the Edmonton Rush, scored the championship winner in their first title. Dinsdale driving in the middle of the floor, shot never put it on target. Loose ball picked up by Killen, 10 in the shot clock. And then Killen just chucked it off the corner boards. It bounced fortuitously to Lowen. Turns the corner, Lowen shot, hit a body in front, penalty coming here to Saskatchewan. And it's gonna be a slash. And I think it's going to be on Matt Beers as Riley Lowen with a little bit of a limp after that charge to the front of the net.
That would have been the assist of the year. I think that was kind of intentional by Killen to lob it far side to Riley Lowen right up Main Street, and similar to Messenger goal early. And you pay the price and you're going to draw penalties. Either going to get a good shot opportunity or you're going to pay the price and draw something. Warriors right back to the man advantage.
Second opportunity in the power play for Vancouver. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Ball will set it up. Killen, Dinsdale, Lowen, Schuss. Down on the corner, Lowen. All the way around to Ball, back to Schuss. Set up time and room here for Killen. Now he's gonna set a pick for Schuss. Being hounded there by Ryan Dilks. Flips it to Lowen. Through a screen, put it wide. That one is gonna ricochet off the boards and over the glass. I think Kyle Killen was wanting that ball. He was wide open, but Schuss wanted him to set a secondary pitch.
Yeah, it was a little bit discombobulated there as he stalled to come over and was at top center. They came over and set the pick. And then Dilks gambles to chase Schuss and attack the ball, leaving that opportunity for Lowen, but ball goes wide.
Messenger down the near side corner. Watched there by Bowering. Little help comes from Brett Midsky. Keenan on the wrong side of the floor. Thought about it, can't get his hands free to Messenger. Oh, and Bouquet gets post to post. And then this one's just thrown to space, and Garland's gonna pick it up. And Saskatchewan will be able to kill some more time here on the penalty to Matt Beers. Keenan will slow things up. Late man on the floor is Curry. He's got it now. And that's Church down on the near side corner. Check that, Van Lintner. Lintner hounded there by Lloyd. Goes far side, Matthews drives short side. Shot, tried to go far corner, sailed out of the top of the stick. And then Lloyd tried to pick it up, took a bump from Keenan. This will be Vancouver possession when we come back. Alex Bouquet looking solid here in the early goings of this one. A beauty save here inside, keeps it 2-1. Back in Saskatoon for the NLL on TSN Game of the Week. The city of Saskatoon resides on Treaty 6 territory, and all the people are beneficiaries of this peace and friendship treaty. We share these lands with the Dakota people, the Saulteaux people, the Dene people, the Cree people, the Métis people, and the non-Indigenous people. This is the time, in the spirit of reconciliation, that we all must work together. Nice little recognition of Midsky and Dinsdale here by the Saskatchewan Rush fans.
Yeah, both of their first return to SaskTel Center. Brett Midsky, the all-time franchise leader in games played with 170.
Warriors on the power play, inside feed. Dinsdale tried to dunk it, turned aside. A nice job there by Lowen to cause a turnover. Ball loose, picked up by Dilks momentarily. He bats it to space, and then Killen keeps alive. That'll be 8 seconds. Quickly the other way, Lowen shot off the post.
Oh, it's like the third fight for Vancouver already. Getting close. That play nicely designed for Marty Dinsdale, looking for that.
As Killen gets time and room, and he gets the one that was taken off the board back. He finally tallies one. 2-2's your score.
It's just after the penalty expires, so the rush defense waiting for the fifth man to come on. Warriors not even really set up yet. This play's slow to sort of progress, and Killen just goes, okay, bang.
And officially now 32 on the year for Kyle Killen. Messenger and Bowering at the dot again. And they'll say Gustafson moved early. Saskatchewan possession. Lintner. They'll wait for fresh bodies. This step on the turf, and he gives it off to Curry. Near side Church. Watched there by Stewart. Back to near side Lintner. Skips to the Shatler far side. Church can't get his hands, but good defense by Bowering. And then shot by Church on target, loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? It's going to be Garrett McIntosh. Watched there by Shatler. Give it off to Taylor. Stewart running nicely up the floor. And they'll leave it for Keegan Ball. Ball watched there by Dilks on the far side. Here comes a pick from Dinsdale. Ball, shot, left leg save, rebound, picked up Bowering, one more, and they'll slow things up on the fresh shot clock.
Even when it's in the offensive zone, Reed Bowering is going to scoop up a loose ball, the rookie leader in the category.
And that shot from Bowering goes wide and in the glass. Second in loose balls in the entire National Lacrosse League is Reed Bowering.
Just has a knack for knowing where the ball is going to be, just sort of that IQ, and then when he gets the ball, he's got an exit plan. He knows how to get out of trouble, make a safe pass.
Matthews can't turn the corner. Off to Messenger. Bulldog. Double team. Messenger. Matthews. He tries to drive him. Nice defense there by Tyler Codron, the wily veteran. Matthews inside Bobby Kidd. Oh, and he couldn't get that one on target. Nice effort there by the young man from the mainland in BC, who Derek Keenan raved about when we spoke with him this week.
Yeah, really loves his athleticism, really loves his upside, a second-round draft pick, bit of a steal to get Bobby Kidd.
Dinsdale, shot, save Eric Penny. He's got Rubish on a fly pattern. Nice catch over the shoulder. No numbers. Church gets a pick. Can't get around his man. Rush bench screaming for a holding call, none coming. Shatler now. Watch there by Misk. Inside feed to Lintner, and he just missed the pass. He was streaking on top of Bouquet. There is Mitski. Now Schuss. Ball far side, watch there by Cornwall. Slow and methodical here from Vancouver. Ball time in room, and he picks the short side corner. What a shot by Keegan Ball. Give him 32 on the year. And it's a lead again for the Vancouver Warriors, 3-2.
That was absolute precision snipe from Keegan Ball from the outside. That's his sweet spot. If he's not going one-on-one, trying to beat you underneath, he's going to snipe one from right there. Good dirty work seal by Marty Dinsdale, the former Rush player. Takes away two defenders and gives Keegan Ball enough time to pick that corner.
Gustafson and Messenger battling. Ball loose on the turf. Who's going to come away with it? Rubish just bats it back towards Captain Corbeil. He'll find that loose ball. Stride up floor. And look for help off the bench with a minute 15 remaining here in a fast-moving first quarter.
Kilden and Keegan Ball both did not score a week ago against Albany. Those are their two dynamic duo, 30-plus goal scorers now. Not going to happen 2 games in a row.
Shatler in the far corner. Ryan Keenan after shoots and he scores. I'm not sure Bouquet was expecting him to shoot. But a nice job on the rocker step there by Ryan Keenan. Got the fender on his back foot. Just got enough room to let that one go. And Keenan has 16.
Yeah, just doing a little dancing with Reed Bowering. This is good defense. He's all over him. Bowering staying with him, watching his feet, staying with him, staying with him. The stick is on him as well. And Keenan just shoots through it as Bowering comes out to challenge. And the Rush tie back up.
Yeah, the Rush are one of the top teams on shots for in the National Lacrosse League, and Derek Keenan kind of marveled at the lack of production from Ryan Keenan, who's usually a very accurate shooter and has one of the lowest shooting percentages in the NLL.
At 9.3%. He's got the most shots on the team outside of Mark Matthews. He's thrown 118 shots on goal. And that's just his 16th goal.
Gustafson got roughed up on the draw, lost his helmet, no call by the officials. And here comes Vancouver as they try to regain their 1-goal lead. Final 30 seconds of regulation, 8 on the shot clock. So Rush could have final possession. Killen! Pick and roll to perfection. Ball and Killen work it ideally. And Killen's got a pair and Vancouver regains the lead.
The righties have come to play tonight. This is what they've been doing all season long when Vancouver's has success. And this time Killen gets underneath, tiptoes the line, and goes airborne for his second of the night to beat Derek Penny. No challenge flag coming here from Q and the staff. That one's very clean, short side.
Just a simple pick and roll. It's one of the first things you teach kids offensively in Pee Wee. Find a defender's back, give them a little push, create some space, roll to the net. And make sure you catch that pass, keep your feet moving, and Killen did it expertly. And Vancouver wins the draw. Nicely done there by Mitch Gustafson. And Vancouver will look to make it a 2-goal lead to end the quarter after the timeout.
Yeah, that's what good face-off wins will get you. We saw an overtime game last night in San Diego, and Philadelphia won the opening face-off of overtime, called a timeout, dropped a play, came up the floor, scored the game winner. Who was it? Ben McIntosh, former Saskatchewan Rush player. And Vancouver Warriors looking for a chance to increase their lead here at the end of quarter number 1.
Well, there's Caleb Todd talking to his offensive guys. As we take a look at the Western Conference standings, the Roughnecks winning last night, so they're 7-7 in 3rd place. And we talked, Saskatchewan can't afford to lose a game. 1 loss and they're out. Vancouver, any loss really puts a damper on their playoff aspirations, but still lots to play for as Calgary is routing Panther City at last time we checked.
The expansion team with a 5-game winning streak. Calgary on the second half of a back-to-back. Pretty impressive stuff from the Roughnecks, who are heating up at the right time.
12-2 Calgary over Panther City. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Ball, shot, took a deflection, never made it on target. And that's the way the first quarter will end. It started with an empty net goal from Brandon Goodwin. Back and forth ever since, and Kyle Killen's got a pair. And Vancouver's got a 1-goal lead, Brad.
And pretty impressive stuff. They're down by 1 and battle back. Killen's on fire so far today. When he heats up early, he stays hot.
Come back, we'll have second quarter action. It's the NLL Game of the Week from Saskatoon, right here on TSN. Back inside SaskTel Center, Rush and Warriors in a Western Conference matchup. We all like sweet treats. Let's hear more from Chantal Chan.
Yeah, I was speaking with Garrett McIntosh, and he was talking about the chemistry of the team. He was saying it's a brotherhood. It's the closest team that he's ever been on. And I asked him, well, who are you the closest with? And he told me a few guys, but one of the guys he has a ritual with, him and Tyler Codron like to split a Twix pre-game, and they do this every time. They actually started the tradition back when they were playing in Maple Ridge, and you got to be pretty special and have quite the bromance to split a Twix, guys.
Brad, split a Twix with me?
I feel like during Garrett McIntosh, 2 veterans for the Vancouver Warriors back end, and been 2 of their quality defenders this year. Garrett McIntosh actually eats the left Twix, and Tyler Codron eats the right Twix. But Garrett McIntosh leads the National Lacrosse League in block shots. He soaked 20 of them, and maybe the Twix has something to do with it. A little extra bulk.
Putting on winter pounds?
Twix pounds? I don't know. Not taking shots at Garrett McIntosh. It's art to block shots. He's doing it better than anybody this year.
So 4-3 is your score after 15 minutes of play. This is the 3rd time these 2 teams have met this year. 1-1 so far. Vancouver snapped a 10-game losing streak to the Rush last time these 2 teams played. gets set.
Vancouver been one of the best first quarter teams in the National Lacrosse League. Plus 16 differential coming into this game. They'll leave this game with a plus 17 differential in the first quarter.
Bowering ridden hard in the boards by Messenger. Vancouver the other way. Oh, and that couldn't be handled there on the crease. Goodwin was open. Here comes Saskatchewan the other way. Rubish, Matthews down in the corner. Diving shot. What a save by Bouquet as he denies McClellan of his second.
Yeah, Bouquet's got a flair for the dramatic. To be as big and stout as he is, but be able to have the dexterity to flash the stick side save like that. The big man moves very nimbly.
There's Keegan Ball. Crowd there by Dose, goes behind the net. One more in front. What a nice save there by Pennington and Owen Barker on the crease. Running the other way. Garland, Matthews. And he doesn't have a lane, so he'll hold on to it. Late man on the floor is Jeff Shatler. Matthews. Now far side Church, isolated on Kalinic. Step back shot right into the crest of Alex Bouquet. He finds that loose ball, will float it up ahead. Justin Salt will go on a stride across center. Comes bench side, Keegan Ball. Late man Dinsdale. Ball trying to find Charlie Beatties in front, didn't fire the pass off. And will come near side kill, inside feed, Dinsdale, nice slide help there by the Rush defense. They saw that one being drawn up to perfection. And the slide help from Bobby Kidd. Keenan, leave it to Matthews. Kidd will go for a change all the way down here. McClellan and Dinsdale just having a yak party in the original 16 logo. Now they'll both head off. Lintner, diagonal feed to Shatner. The pass was low. Keenan, one more, and that one never connected as Bowering gave pressure on Lintner. Quickly up ahead, here comes Vancouver the other way with Riley Lowen. Numbers off the bench. Lowen, Dinsdale, shot off, save there, loose ball. Gonna be crowd by Rubish. Floated up ahead, Garland all alone. And the pass was a little late. Still has it, spin move. Garland twister, nice save by Bouquet, loose ball. A one-handed flip off the glass. Like seriously.
We're seeing some silliness. These guys are just getting so creative and having so much fun playing this sport.
Flip there to Messenger, he lost it, didn't realize it when diving through the air without the ball. One-timer across floor, and another nice save by Alex Bouquet.
That's a tough save to make. That ball is skipping across the zone, east-west, super fast, and slides over to Rob Keenan.
Point made by our own Pat Gregoire that Alex Bouquet has some relationship with some of these Rush guys, being a former Whitby Warrior.
That's right, he won a Minto Cup with a couple of these players. Might be a bit of a book there, and then same to be said for the Vancouver Warriors, who know Eric Penny inside and out.
Salt picks up the loose ball in his own zone. And then the offensive zone will be a shot clock violation. Here comes Matt Pierce. And Salt mixed up with Bobby Kidd the third. And Warriors bench screaming for a too-many-men call. Lintner around the top, can't get a shot off, gives it off to Ryan Keenan. And it'll be an illegal screen on the far side of the floor. Stewart. Let's float it to Derek Lloyd. Lloyd will slow up. Now Logan Schuss off the bench. Late man is Killer. Far side Lowen off a Schuss pick. Steps his feet, shoots, puts it over top. And then Eric Penny tried to slash the stick out of Keegan Ball's hand, doesn't work. Now Dilk in there battling. Loose ball picked up by Cornwall. He'll get off to Garland. Check that Mallory playing a shift to D.
You know, we're seeing so much across the National Lacrosse League of late, Teddy, but especially in this game so far tonight. Guys are all over the floor. Like, doesn't matter if you're an offensive or defensive player, a defensive player. Barker's taking O-reps, Bowering, Messenger, BK3, Bobby Kidd the third was up there a few minutes ago. Like, if transition is not there, the best way to take transition away and thwart transition is to go back and stay on the floor. So you're getting offensive guys playing D, and you're getting defensive guys playing O.
Here's Charlin Beatties. Ball. Over the top, sails it wide, hits the referee. Bounces right to Eric Penny. Quickly up ahead, Corbeil. Off the bench, Shatler. Closed up there by Kalinic, can't get to the net. Now we'll look and survey. Chandler drive, low to low, put it wide. Loose ball be picked up there by Lintner, far side. He bobbled it. Able to get away from Salt. Takes a chop there. Hill's now shooting. He squeaks through Bouquet. Been a bit of an Achilles heel for the Vancouver Warriors. They gain some momentum, then a soft one goes in. And that's another example of that as Lintner fires through a couple of bodies. Bouquet got a piece, but not enough. And we're tied at 4.
Yeah, goalies want them all back, but I think especially a shot like this. Dan Lintner winding up from the outside. Bit of a twister on that. It's a bit of maybe a tougher one to read for Bouquet as he does put some sauce on it, but Bouquet gets a piece and it trickles through. Lintner and Keenan on the board early for Saskatchewan Rush is a bright spot for them. Two guys they need production from.
Bobby Kidd III will take the draw against Gustafson, who wins it to himself, but he's pressured there by Dilks. Now Dilks going to chase after it. Bodies battling, and what are they going to say? I'm going to say 10-second or 8-second violation on Vancouver, so it'll be rush ball when we come back. Dan Lintner ties us up at 4 as he squeaks one through the legs of Alex Bouquet. And when we come back, the Rush will try and get the lead here from Saskatoon.
This season alone, there have been so many NLL records broken. And if they haven't been broken yet, a ton of players are on track to do just that. Faceoff guy Jake Withers is the fastest NLL player to reach 1,000 career faceoff wins. NLL legend Dan Dawson broke the record for number of games played with 307. And New York's Callum Crawford becomes just the 8th player in NLL history to reach 700 assists. But the season's not over yet, so keep an eye out because there are so many other records to be met and to be broken. I'm Mackie Jenner, and that's this week's Lax Fact.
Met and broken indeed. That's Mark Matthews. He used to hold the single season assist record until the great Dane Smith dropped 8 tonight in the game against New York to set the single season record. He has 126 points on the season, 11 away from breaking, 12 away from breaking his own single season points record. And Dan Dawson now holds the all-time assist record in the NLL, surpassing the great John Tavares tonight. So record season is upon us in the National Lacrosse League. Under 10 to go here in regulation. This is going to be a penalty to Mark Matthews, who's going to get a holding the stick call. And the Warriors are going to head back to the power play with their 0 for 2.
This is just a cheeky, vet-savvy offensive player move. Sometimes you get busted for it. As Matthews grabs his stick, and if you're a defender, you feel that tug, you let go of your stick. You get the penalty drawn.
Watch right in the middle of your screen. He's got to hold the stick the whole way.
McIntosh lets go. Rush to the penalty kill. Warriors 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. 4 shots on goal.
Dinsdale, Killen, Ball, Schuss, and Lowitt. Double high seal for Ball. Down to Schuss. One more, Killen. Ball. Time and room to Schuss. Quick feed to Killen. Pass was off the mark. Going to go off the dasher and out of play. Unlucky bounce there for Vancouver.
Got to be ready.
Will look to kill.
No look pass just burns right through Killen. Vancouver want to try that again.
Garland at center field. Gives to Rubish far side. Minute 24 remaining on the minor to Matthews. Keenan. Shatler in the corner. Lintner around a pick, couldn't handle it. Vancouver gonna try and run here. But McClellan is quickly out. Can Courier get off in time? He can, so Josh Courier stuck in the 4-man box and Corbeil instructs him to go play the far crease. And here comes the Vancouver power play. Same look. Ball to Killen. High seal. Time and room. Shut. Pick the corner. Why don't you, Kyle Killen? As clean as it gets. He's got 3. And a power play marker for Vancouver makes it 5-4.
You know, I'd like to have a pint with Kyle Killen, but I wouldn't like to play darts with Kyle Killen. An absolute laser snipe. Any corner he wants when he has time and room is just looks too easy for a Kyle Killen. One of the hardest and most accurate shooters in the league this season.
There was a game earlier this year where he put 2 shots short side corner on the power play, and there looked like there was absolutely no room to shoot it. And he just has a knack, and if Saskatchewan's going to want to shut him down, they're going to have to take away time and room. But Kyle Killen's starting to feel it here tonight. Matthews fresh on the box. The Garland shot, nice save there by Bouquet. That's a big save after regaining the lead from the Warriors netminder. Quickly the other way comes Vancouver. Laid off the bench is Killen, so Vancouver and Taylor Stewart will slow things up. Charlotte Beatty starting to really come into his own here for the Warriors. It's Caleb Tosset starting to get the field lacrosse out of him. Ball driving underneath, diving, scoring! And Vancouver has a 2-goal lead at 6-4.
It's the Killen and Ball show tonight. They've been quiet the last couple nights. Seems like defensive have found a way to take away their time and space, but they're getting it done here this evening from the SaskTel Center. This is vintage Ball. We just saw vintage Killen with the outside snipe. This is Keegan Ball just sprinting, using his feet to get underneath the McKellen, tiptoe the crease, and dive and put it low. Both guys finding their shots tonight and making them count.
It's a nice job there by Ball just to find the angle as McClellan gave him the underneath. As Goodwin finds that loose ball, we'll flip it far side, Derek Lloyd. And the acquisition of Mitch Gustafson is really starting to pay off here for the Vancouver Warriors after losing their top guy earlier this season.
Yeah, take a bit of an unorthodox path to the National Lacrosse League. 5 games played with the Toronto Rock, Arena Lacrosse League, West Durham Ironheads Junior B lacrosse action. The guy has been everywhere in his career.
Here's Matt Beers on the breakaway. Beers shoots it, and a little no-looker trying to get Bouquet sleeping. When he gets a piece of it, carries it into the netting.
Gustafson 7 for 12 at the face-off circle.
Church far side. Shatler. Matthews, heavy motion here from the rush as Lindner gets a rough ride in the middle of the floor. He'll roll, now Matthews gets it. He tries to go short side corner, man. Penalty coming up here to Mitski as he was absolutely pounding Dan Lindner that entire shift. And a little too much right in front of the official in the rush. Who are 1 for 2. We'll get their 3rd opportunity of the night. Chance to get back within 1.
Brett Mitski, who the Rush hated to lose in free agency. He's got family in the lower mainland of British Columbia. I think Brett Mitski wanted to wrap up his career a little closer to home, but he was one of the most underrated defenders with his time in Saskatchewan, and now with Vancouver is a bona fide #1 defender and turning some heads around the league.
Matthews, backhand feed, Shatler one-timer, what a kick save from Alex Bouquet. Matthews again, shot bouncers, turned aside by Bouquet, loose ball. Church battling. Nice little hockey move to bat it through the feet of the defender. Fresh 30. Matthews top center, plays 1-2 with Church. Little drag here from Keenan. He looks to isolate Church. That pass to Lindner doesn't connect. 15 on the shot clock. Matthews, Keenan, Church. Check that Shatler. Matthews, one more. Lindner, what a great ball movement sequence there by the Rush. The extra pass to Lindner. One time to pass Bouquet, power play goal. And it's 6-5.
That's vintage Rush offensive motion right there. That's making Jeff McComb proud. That's making Jimmy Quinlan proud. That's making the boys proud all around. Everybody gets a touch. Everybody gets a taste. Matthews, no look, and Lindner slam dunks it into the back of the net that he's been doing all year. They've loved his contributions on the power play in his first year in Rush Nation. He's got his 2nd of the night.
Give him 22. And another power play assist for Mark Matthews, who leads the league in power play helpers. Now the other way. Stewart shot saved there by Penny, squeaked through the arm, but Corbeil able to find it. Now 5:40 remaining. Slow change here by both clubs. Beers will finally give it off to Church. Far corner, Josh Courier. Step around, shoots, and he scores! I don't know if Bouquet wasn't ready. Maybe was looking for the inside flip, but not a lot of reaction on that one. 2 goals back-to-back, and it's 6-6 as Courier gets his second.
Now, this is kind of similar to the Lintner one from a few minutes ago. Just an outside shot that Bouquet's probably going to want in a momentum time, too. Now the Rush have just stung 2 in a row. They've tied it back up. And a little late to get out to challenge on the hands of Courier, who's got 2 tonight. He's up to 10 on the season.
And we're going to get a procedure on Justin Salt on the restraining line. So it'll be Saskatchewan possession. Messenger. Had to be careful as Owen Barker, fresh into the box, almost stripped him. Keenan spins off his man, gives it off to Church. He'll work with Lintner. Church, Shatler shoots and he scores 3 in a row. And that one, a seeing eye shot. Gets past the right leg of Bouquet. And it's quickly 7-6.
East-west motion again. The Saskatchewan Rush really moving the ball around very well right now. This one comes from top center on the run, and then over to Shatler for that quick stick opportunity. Shatler, Lintner wasting no time on these quick release quick sticks. 7-6, Rush on top.
In his final season, Jeff Shatler now has 15 markers in the goal column. And we're gonna get interference on the Rush as now bodies pushing around. Rubish has his man tied up. And now it looks like we're gonna get offsetting minors here. Gustafson and Rubish possibly. It looks like that is exactly what it's gonna be, is there is a little chaos in front of the Warriors bench.
Take another look at how the play develops here off the face-off circle. Bobby Kidd takes his man down to the ground. A couple Warriors spill on top of each other. We know Gustafson also brings a little bit of edge and grit and sandpaper to his game. That's what the Warriors want. That's sort of their MO. And then here's Rubish, who gives the newest member of the Warriors a little face wash. So we're gonna have 5-on-5 lacrosse action and momentum. We're gonna have a Rush Vancouver power play. No, we don't. 5-on-5.
So here come the Warriors trying to get back in this lacrosse game, down a goal with under 5 to play. Charlin Beatty, ball. Slides off the pick there from Dinsdale. Skips it over to Charlin Beatty. He'll shoot, save there, Eric Penny, loose ball. Charlin Beatty's battling, and he flips it up into the netting. And it'll be Rush ball when we come back. 3 straight, 52 seconds apart. And Saskatchewan's got a 1-goal lead here in the NLL Game of the Week. Stay tuned for the Guaranteed Rate Halftime Report. Chantel will chat with one of the players. Brad and I will break down first half action, check around scores around the league, and we'll take a look at which team might be primed for a deep run to the playoffs just around the horizon as the chase for the championship continues. You didn't like that hashtag promo, did you?
You know, they were making fun of Vancouver for being soft in the cold, and it's true. I can't hate it. I can't hate it because it is true. We are soft with 10 centimeters of snow. We're not Rush and Sask strong like they are here. But the Warriors will try to prove we got the sunshine, and the Warriors will try to prove them wrong on the floor here.
Here's Matthews, all the way around the top, skips it to Church, gets a pick there from Messenger, 15 on the shot clock. One more Shatler thought about it, shoots through a screen, goes well wide. And they'll say Messenger ran through the crease. It'll be Vancouver possession. Ball floated up ahead to Reed Barry. Almost grabbed it with his hand.
Saskatchewan on the biggest run of the game, and by any team right now, 3 goals in a row, and Warriors look to stop the bleeding.
Shots to Killen. Twister shot saved there by Penny. He had to be quick to react to that one. Beers has it on the run. Numbers up ahead. Beers, Matthews, bouncer scores, make it 4 in a row. A transition marker. Matthews gets his first of the night, 25th of the season. And it is now 8-6.
These are some of the quickest guns in the Wild West right now. Every quick stick opportunity. These rush are wasting no time. The balls are coming over. Nice passing, and then super quick finishing, not giving Alex Bouquet any time to set up and get across. There's no fakery, there's no trickery. It's just bang, out of the stick into the back of the net, the last few by the rush.
Fakery. Is that a Wordle word?
Just inventing words. Nice. Shakespeare did that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Same deal.
Matthews with just a beautifully placed bounce shot to the far side past Bouquet gives the Rush their first 2-goal lead. Now Keenan skips far side Lintner. Through a screen save there by Bouquet. That's a much needed save for Alex Bouquet between the pipes. Lintner with a dive attempt, put it wide off the crossbar. Won't reset the 30. Courier has it now. Courier, watched there by Stewart, tries to get underneath, off the pick from Lintner, now near side Matthews, right back to Courier. Drives underneath, spin back shot, shoulder save, Bouquet, loose ball picked up by Bowery. And Vancouver will try to run in transition, but Saskatchewan is back nicely. And now Lowen far side. Late man is Schuss. Lowen will come all the way around the top, give it off to Marty Dinsdale near side. Picked up by Corbeil, off the pick from Ball, backhand flip, Ball dives, kick, saving a beauty from Eric Penny. Bobby King battling for that loose ball. Who's gonna come away with it? And it will be the Saskatchewan Rush. Great effort there by the youngster, Bobby Kidd the third. Now Saskatchewan numbers the other way. Beer shot, oh, he tried to go short side. Nice save there by Bouquet.
Couple big saves on either end as Vancouver now has allowed 4 in a row.
Dinsdale picked up by McClellan, skips it far side. Charlotte Beatty's time and room. Now he'll go behind the net. Oh, what a goal by Kyle Killen! Are you kidding me?
It was one-handed wraparound dunk, essentially, I think is what we just witnessed. As it's funny in the Saskatchewan Center, it just gets dead quiet when the opposing team scores, more so than in other barns. And watch this from Killen. Charlotte Beatty's trap, nice feed behind the net, and Killen one-handed 5-hole. Good footwork behind the net to tiptoe and just chuck it in. That's what, the 4th one-handed goal we've seen this weekend.
Ridiculous. In just the games that we've covered.
Yeah.
So Killen's got 4 of the 7 Vancouver goals. Ball has 2, and Brandon Goodwin scored the opening goal on an empty net. 1-goal game, 2 minutes to go in the half. Keenan works his way inside, shot, bounces on target. Easily handled there by Bouquet. Stewart far side. Won't push it, give it off to Dinsdale and go for a change. Schuss will come on late. Schuss right through the middle. Ball. Far side, Charlotte Beatty's. Watched there by Matt Beers. Good defense by Matt Beers, pushing Charlotte Beatty's back out behind the line. Shot by Schuss, save there, loose ball. Schuss got his own rebound, reset the 30, 90 to go in the quarter. Schuss orchestrating a play here, calling it out. Goes over to Charlotte Beatty's. All the way around the top, Ball. Patient as ever. Keegan Ball will shoot through a screen, save there, Penny. Loose ball corralled there by Rubish. Float up top to Beers.
Oh, Penny had to be sharp, going 5-hole. He gets the paddle down to take that away.
Here's Shatler. Into the corner, Matthews. Inside feed, oh, and Shatler couldn't find it. Picked up by Bouquet, he's got a man running. Goodwin on a sprint, has Killen off the bench. Feeds Killen, shot, oh, shoulder saved by Eric Penny. Jimmy Quinlan screaming for a timeout. Probably wanted it a little sooner, but nonetheless, As we take another look at this save by Eric Penny. Oh, off the right elbow, off the crossbar, and killing almost with his fifth. They're going to have to try to find a way to silence him in the second half because he is having a night.
Yeah, from the outside, from behind the net, from in tight, Kyle Killen's feeling it, and they're going to take away his time and space. You know, it's been Chris Corbeil usually batches up with the top righty. He's had some good battles with Keegan Ball this season. Maybe the second half we see Chris Corbeil going one-on-one with Kyle Killen to try to quiet him down a little bit. But we have to watch the clock here, Teddy. We've got, I think there's 33 seconds left on the game clock, but not enough time to bring Eric Penny to the bench for the extra attacker. 24 on the shot clock, so the Rush don't score here. Vancouver still has time to go up the floor. With 35.6, we got a 9-second.
But remember, Vancouver used their timeout in the first quarter, at the end of that first quarter, so they can't call one. So both teams have used their timeouts here in the half. 24 on the shot clock. And Eric Penny will slowly make his towards the Rush net. And we'll see what Jimmy Quinlan was able to drop for his offense.
No Dan Lindner for the quick stick opportunity. They got Messenger and Church out there for the righties.
Probably have Messenger on there just to kind of backtrack and transition off a turnover. Here's Church. They'll flip it to Messenger to try to isolate a Messenger. Matthews on the wrong side of the floor. Diagonal feed. What a look! What a goal by Shatler! And that was just a disgusting feed from Mark Matthews to find Shatler open on the backside. Shatler has a pair.
More precision, structure here from the Saskatchewan Rush. I thought this was the shot. Like, Matthews is on the wrong side. We've seen him shoot from there. It's almost like they could have done two different options. Messenger draws a double because he's so tough to defend. Matthews is open on his far side. Just a delicious feed down to Shatler. Climb the glass, 77. It's 9-7.
18.7 remaining here in the half. Loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? It's Gustafson up ahead. Bowering. Bowering driving. What a nice stick check there by Kyle Rubisch to deny the open look from Reed Bowering. Ball loose. Penny will grab it, and that'll do it for the first half. A 4-goal run has broken this game wide open, and the Rush have control, Brad.
Yeah, 4-goal run by the Saskatchewan Rush, answered back by the Warriors. I thought, hey, they're going to be happy being within one at the half, but then just beautifully designed play by the Saskatchewan Rush. Credit to Jimmy Quinlan, Derek Keenan behind that bench. The Rush are up by 2, 30 minutes in.
Fast, physical, high-scoring, and intense. Everything the NLL is all about. Guaranteed halftime report coming up. It's the NLL Game of the Week from Saskatoon on TSN. The boys are back at the turf as we're getting set for third quarter action. Chantel Chen, Brad Challoner, Teddy Jenner with you. Thanks for joining us here in the NLL on TSN Game of the Week. It has been a wild weekend in the National Lacrosse League, and Kyle Killen has the hot hand tonight for the Warriors. 4 on the night. Had one taken back earlier in the game. Probably could have had a few more as well if it wasn't for the acrobatics of Eric Penny. But if you're Chris Gill, what's your message here, club, who got off to a pretty good start, but they just had some lapses?
Well, answer runs. You can't let the Saskatchewan Rush go on a 4-goal run again like that, or it could be game over. So have to get some solid defense. Watch that east-west movement. Take the passes away from these guys. Get on their mitts, but it's the lefty offensive scoring that I think for the Vancouver Warriors has to get going. Kyle Killen and Ball are having their night, but we haven't seen Charlotte Beatties go to them with the confidence that we saw the last couple games. And Logan Schuss knows how to pick his spots on Eric Penny. A goaltender he knows well. Coughs one up here. Needs to be a little bit more responsible as we talk about
off by Kyle Rubisch. Has Church down the pipe. Robert Church goes 5-hole. Bouquet just got enough of that one to keep it out. Just backtracking, finds that loose ball in his own zone. And that's what you can't do. You can't have flat feet when Kyle Rubisch and Chris Corbeil and Ryan Dilks all over you, because they are cause turnover machines. Just kill it from way out. Oh, what? How does that go in? Why does that go in? Killen's got 5.
When you're hot, you're hot. The heat check is real for Kyle Killen. First shot of the half. Why not? He'll take it. Ryan Dilks looks to the sky and goes, well, nothing else I can do there. Bouquet with a nice save comes out from behind him. Stowe save, transitioned up the floor, and ball just to Killen. Yeah, let's see if I'm still hot. Bang, yeah you are, 9-8.
From the restraining line. And that's a shot your goalie has to save. In a season where every win is vitally important for this Rush team, it's a save you got to have to start the half. Great start here for the Vancouver Warriors. It all started with that Bouquet save on Church. Here's Matthews, one-on-one with Stewart. Gets the wrong side of his floor. Pride check there. From the Rush inside feet. Oh, and McClellan bobbled. He was open inside, but couldn't find the handle.
But what a pass. He just sort of puts it into empty space and trusts that Shatler's going to run onto that and get a shot opportunity.
Charlin Beatty's near side. Schuss running away from the pick of Charlin Beatty's. Gives it off the ball. Back to Schuss. Wanted to shoot through a screen. There's another caused turnover by Kyle Rubish. And then Schuss gives him a shot. And then Charlin Beatty's. And now Corbeil and Schuss mix it up, and Beers is down slow to get up. And that's not a man you want to anger.
That was a pretty disgusting shift by Kyle Rubish, too, to stand up to Logan Schuss. That one-handed chop to strip the ball free, and then he kicks the loose ball into the corner, leaving it for his teammates to pick up.
Keenan to Shatler scores! What a feed from Keenan to Shatler right on top of the crease. And a nice response by the home club. Restoring the 2-goal lead, it's 10-8, as Jeff Shatler has a hat trick.
Let's see the hats for Schatz. Is again, he doesn't need any space. There's defenders all over him. Keenan, nice little flip pass inside, and Shatler doesn't. He can do that in a phone booth. Still gets a shot off. Goes bouncer 5-0. 2-goal goal. 2-goal lead restored.
Chris Gill was thinking about throwing the flag there. Gustafson again loses his helmet. And I was just looking down at the Warriors bench and saw Curtis Hodgson just talking with Steve Fryer, maybe just telling him, hey, be ready if things start going sideways here. Here's Ball, gets underneath Bobby Kidd, one more Killen, and they'll call him in the crease. Then Killen takes a high shot. No call coming. Refs letting them play here in SaskTel.
Yeah, no love lost between these two teams. Are 1-1 on the season against each other, and they know there's a lot on the line here tonight. Even if it's not a playoff spot, for the Rush, it's pride for this new coaching staff.
And just talking with, some of the guys in this club, Chris Corbeil and Cornwall and Shatler, they all feel that they let Jeff McComb down, and they want to make up for that. And the new sort of reign of Jimmy Quinlan, they want to get that off on the right foot and trying to do all they can to get as many wins before this season is over. Here's Ball trying to go short side, just missed. Loose ball grabbed there by Mike Mallory. Quickly up ahead, here comes Chris Corbeil. To Shatler. And Corbeil will head off the floor. Gives it off to Ryan Keenan. They'll work a 2-man game on the far side. Late man is Leonard. Inside Shatler. Dip and dunk, and he put it over top of the net. Loose ball by Messenger. 8 on the shot clock. Well, they give him a reset. Inside feed. Church backhand shot. Oh, and Alex Bouquet had to be careful with that one, as it came from an awkward angle on the stick of Robert Church.
That was a tough shift for Robert Church. They were all over him off ball. Robert Church was looking for a call, saying, hey, I'm nowhere near the plate. I'm just getting cross-checked to death here by Goodwin. Able to slip into the middle, though, get a decent spinning shot off.
Dilks, stiff-arm ball to the ground. Dilks crosses center. Bounce it to Jeff Cornwall.
Dilks and Rubish tied for 4th in the league with 28 caused turnovers coming into this game. They both had a couple so far tonight.
Matthews on a tough change and a nice toe save there by Bouquet. I think it was a bit of confusion as the shot clock inadvertently went off. And some of the Warriors were changing, and Matthews just went right down the middle, but a nice toe save by Alex Bouquet keeps it a 2-goal game. Matthews up top, Lindner, time and room, shot save. Oh, and Chatler almost pitchforked it into the open net. Courier skips to Matthews. To Church, he couldn't find the handle. And loose ball will be grabbed there by Reed Bowering. He's going to sprint up the floor, takes the check from Matthews, keeps his balance. And we'll flip it there to Dinsdale. Bowering's going to stay and play a shift to O. Dinsdale all alone on the far side, waiting for Keegan Ball. Trying to get underneath McClellan. Turn back, Dinsdale. Slide help comes from Rubish. Rotation, Charlin Beatties. Stutter step, shot, shoulder saved by Eric Penny as he was down on his knees. Fresh 30, and then ball is dispossessed. Running is Corbeil. He's got numbers off the bench with Keenan. Church is to his left. To Church, diving, saved by Alex Bouquet as he stayed with Robert Church the whole way. Messenger bumped. He battles, loses face mask. Rips Codron to the ground. And what are they going to say? Messenger and Codron got tied up. We'll sort it out when we come back. Shatler's got a hat trick. The Rush lead it by 2. What a handle. What a finish. There's a look at Tyler Codron and Mike Messenger. Each will sit 2 in the sin bin. And it'll be Vancouver possession, down a pair. Just over 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Chantel Chan, Brad Challoner, Teddy Jenner. Thanks for joining us here on the NLL Game of the Week. Final game of the weekend as we head to the stretch run.
The nightcap from the West. Vancouver going to get the ball. 5-on-5 lacrosse with those two guys in the box, and Vancouver will start with possession and see what kind of set play they come up with out of this timeout.
Down in the corner, Logan Schuss. Watched there by Beers, now picked up by Rubish. Flip past the low one more. Dinsdale, good rotation by the Rush defense.
So fast to slide over.
Keegan Ball with 13 on the shot clock. Gets around inside. Dinsdale, and he put it just wide. Great pick and roll there between Ball and Dinsdale. Ball finds a loose one. Got to get a shot off. Oh my God, it goes in! Matt Beers went down to try to block it. Maybe screened Eric Penny, but that is just another bad goal on Eric Penny. 10-9 as Ball gets another. He's got 3.
No, that's not how you draw it up.
No.
It's just Vancouver late in the shot clock, desperation, and you know, sometimes you throw a nonchalant shot off. Sometimes best case scenario, you're hoping for a kick save and a loose ball rebound into the corner to get the reset. And the other case scenario is the ball sometimes ends up in the back of the net. That's 2 long bombs for the Vancouver Warriors, and it's 1-goal game again.
And it was a double nutmeg. Went through the legs of Matt Beers and through the legs of Eric Penny. A lot of weirdness going on in the NLL right now, and I absolutely love it. I hope you're loving it as well. Here comes Jeff Shatler. Gives it off to Church. Survey. Shatler up top. Takes a shot. Saved Bouquet. Kept the stick down and make that one look easy.
That was the hat-trick goal by Keegan Ball to go along with Kyle Killen's 5-pack right now.
Here's the aforementioned Keegan Ball working a 2-man game with Killen. Ball to Lowen. Beers all over him. Lowen far side of the floor takes a shot off target, off the glass, and out of play. Good look there for Riley Lowen as he ran off the pick.
It's another player.
Kyle Rubish.
Lowen won 2 championships with the Rush. Dinsdale won 3. Bitsky won 3. All members of the Warriors now.
It's Matthews. Watched there by Kalanick. To Church, back to Matthews, all alone. Now Shatler will set a screen. Double team comes, backhand flip, ends up in the stick of Church. Back to Matthews, one more. Shatler around a screen, he put it just wide. Good ball movement there by the Rush, but unable to beat Bouquet. Now Kalinic has it on the offensive side of the floor for Vancouver. He gives it off to Keegan Ball. Now Lowen in the corner. Watched there by Ryan Dilks. And then another strip check there by Dilks. Where is it? He's got it. Dilks on the rush. Gives it off to the Bobby Kidd. He just sailed it wide. Good look there. Now 2-on-1 the other way. Bowering and Schuss. Schuss dives and he just put it over top. And now Penny's got to be careful. As Bowering found that loose ball. Penny's still trying to adjust his cage.
Frantic end-to-end action. Ryan Dilks, one of the best one-on-one defenders in the National Lacrosse League.
Just tried to dump that over the top. There's a shot by Killen, saved by Penny. Loose ball picked up by Cornwall. He's going to run. Numbers here in transition. Cornwall. And then that's going to be an interference on Garland as he just tried to set a pick on Killen. And Garland saying that's a nice dive. Still having words for him as he runs off the floor.
Yeah, Killen's a cheeky player. As good as a goal scorer he is, he can also get under your skin. He's got that sort of cocky swagger that you love.
There's Lowen. Comes back near side, Charlotte Beatties. Trying to drive underneath on Jordy Jones-Smith. Great defense by Jordy Jones. Schuss, 5 on the shot clock. Got to get one off. Gets to the center of the floor. Shot saved there by Penny as Bowering was trying to provide a screen in front. Here comes the rush. Up a goal. 5:40 here left in the third. Ryan Keenan. Lintner, near side Church. Off a screen, delayed penalty coming up here to McIntosh, and maybe another as they blow the play dead. And we'll wait for the call as Messenger and Caudron are released.
I wonder why the play was blown dead there. The Rush had it. McIntosh laid the slash down. That releases Messenger and Caudron, and the Rush will go back to the power play where they're 2 for 3 tonight with 4 shots on goal. They've been humming along.
So Matthews will set it up. Quick motion, shot, left elbow saved there by Bouquet. Ball bounces right to Keenan. Oh, quick set offense by the Rush. Matthews fakes the flip, gives it off Keenan. One more, scores! When their power play is in rhythm, it is one of the prettiest things to watch the entire National Lacrosse League. Backhand flip to Keenan, the extra pass to Church, and Bouquet can't get across fast enough. And for Church, it's first of the night.
It's artistry in motion. This is just beautiful. Everyone gets a touch. Matthews behind the back pass across the zone to Church, and another quick stick opportunity. I think more than half of the Rush's goals have just come on quick release shots. Get Bouquet swinging across the crease in a wide open cage for Church, who I thought had a quiet first half, picked up 3 assists. Now he's got G-Note to go along with it.
Nice job by Gustafson to battle for that loose ball. Here comes Keegan Ball. Schuss into the corner to Bowering. He'll go far side, Keegan Ball. Watched there by Bobby Kidd. Killen trying to run a screen. Ball drives underneath, dive, scores! That has to be something that the Rush defense addresses, or the Warriors are going to continue to expose it as Ball runs off the pick, gets underneath, dives and scores.
Yeah, he's been doing that all night. The quick-footed Keegan Ball. You want to stay with him and drive him into that far corner, but he's able to slip underneath around Cornwall. The bad angle, no slide help, and Keegan Ball will cash it in, his 4th.
So if you're keeping score at home, that's 5 for Killen, 4 for Ball, and 1 for Brandon Goodwin, which was an empty net to start the game on a sneak. So if Saskatchewan can find a way to shut down the Killer K's, Vancouver might be in trouble, but the Warriors seem to be having some effectiveness with that underneath play. Here's Keenan inside to Courier, backhand. Oh, what a save by Bouquet. Loose ball, Courier finds his own rebound, swims on Goodwin, and it's picked up there by Church, reset to 30. Nice job by Courier to find that loose ball.
He's got 2 already tonight. He's playing with some confidence right now.
There's Ryan Keenan. Gets a pick there from Matthews. Matthews had the stick ripped out of his hand. He's asking for a call. And Minsky's encouraging the troops to run 3-on-2. Minsky spins off his check. An extra pass. That was too low for Bowering. And then he picked up there by Corbeil. They'll go across the floor.
Goodwin wisely didn't move up in transition to not let it come back on him.
Jordy Jones forces it down the alley to Shatler, and he'll go for a change. 1-goal game here from Saskatoon. Shatler just waiting. And isolated there on Barker. Now Church into the corner of Lindner. 5 of the shot clock. Lindner through a screen. And Bouquet easily saves that one with the left hand. Fresh 30 for the rush. Messenger tucks it, drives. Skips Matthews, and he couldn't find the handle. To be picked up there by Goodwin. Vancouver gonna run. Goodwin with speed. Backtracking is Matthews. Late man is Schuss off the bench. Twister trying to go 5-hole save Penny. And he finds the loose ball right in front of him. Floats it up ahead, Shatler. The track meet continues. Kalinich will pick up Shatler on the far side. Keenan will work with him in the 2-man game. Late man is Church, just getting into the offense now. Church drives on Stewart. Pick coming from Messenger. Skips it to Keenan, one more. Messenger scores! Again, ball movement off a screen, and then a swing pass, and Messenger left wide open.
Everyone's moving their feet, causing chaos in that offensive zone. It forces the defense to get a little bit lost out there. As Courier, he does a slip, goes behind the net. McIntosh has to respect that. And now here's Messenger as McIntosh is keeping an eye on the man behind the net. And you leave big number 8, the pride of Surrey, BC, wide open. Bang, far side, 12-10.
Another win by Gustafson. This one was against Bobby Kidd. And now Vancouver will try to get back to within 1. Here's Charlotte Beatties. Late changing is Barker. Low and far side, Keegan Ball. Working on a 4-goal night. Ball drives underneath on Dilks. Behind the net, feed, easy dunk. Sock trick for Kyle Killen. Might want to put a guy on him. 6 for Killen. 12-11.
It's a career night for the killer. All eyes on Keegan Ball. We're talking about this underneath drive that he keeps doing to get underneath. This time, it's Bobby Kidd III, does a good job sliding over, but what do? Killen is wide open behind the net, and then Ball has the presence of mind to dish it. And that's the second behind the net dunk attempt from Kyle Killen tonight. First career sock trick. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is 6 goals in a game.
Corbeil finds that loose ball, takes a hit there from Bowering, ball loose. And he picked off there by Keegan Ball. Vancouver running the other way. Ball all alone, no one's picked him up. Keegan Ball shot save, Penny loose ball. And Bowering will battle Rubish for it. And then he's dumped to the ground. Nice pressure here by Vancouver. This is going to be an 8-second violation. I think that was Dilks. No, check that. Holden Garland, who was given a rough ride. Kyle Killen is putting on a display here. He takes the feed from Keegan Ball, dunks it. That's 6, but his team still trails by 1. There's a look at Vancouver Warriors netminder Alex Bouquet, and he has been at his best at times, and he is our save of the game. Brought to you by Alterna Savings as he throws out the right arm to deny Robert Church on the doorstep.
You know, he's a big man. He dropped 30 or 40 pounds coming into this season, but for such a goaltender who's still about 250, to have the dexterity to throw his body around like that, quite impressive from Bouquet. Yeah, he's going to let in a couple outside shots, and there has been a couple stinkers tonight, but when he's on, and he can make some timely ones.
Here's Lowen as Vancouver tries to run something, set off the timeout, and they got Holden Garland just isoing Kyle Killen behind the net, essentially playing 4-on-4. Here's Charlotte Beatties. Finds space, left shoulder save by Penny, loose ball. Picked up there by Corbeil. He's watched by Killen, flipped it to Dilks. Up the ladder to Matt Beers. Beers will leave it to Lindner, give it off to Matthews. Late man is Courier. Matthews watched by Midsky. Now Church to Keenan, 10 on the shot clock. Lindner inside, oh, nice save there by Bouquet. He got the arm on it. Keenan battling for that loose ball, somehow comes up with it, throws it to the space, and just trying to avoid the crease, but there's Brandon Goodwin, and great stat who he just got. A 10-goal run by Killen and Keegan Ball. Brandon Goodwin scored the opening goal for Vancouver, and since it's just been two guys, Keegan Ball and Kyle Killen.
And they're in a one-goal game, and it's 12-11. Like, it's an unreal number for the Vancouver Warriors. Their lefties come alive in the fourth quarter. Look out.
Eric Penny to the bench, 6 on 5 here at Saskatchewan to end the third quarter. Late man is Courier. Messenger running some interference in front, as is Matthews. Church to Keenan, 5, 4. Church drives underneath. One more Keenan. Shot saved by Alex Bouquet, and that was a big-time save.
Timely saves by Alex Bouquet. A buzzer beater to put the Rush up on top by 2. No, not right now. One-goal game into the fourth quarter. Anybody's ball game.
Catch your breath. Grab a drink. Come back. It's going to be an exciting fourth quarter in this Western Conference duel. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday night. Thanks for joining us here on TSN. The big story of the week was the coaching change made by GM Derek Keenan of the Saskatchewan Rush. More on that, here's Chantel Chan.
Yeah, Teddy, it's been the biggest news this week, and I had a chance to talk to veteran Jeff Cornwall, and he told me that McComb was an unbelievable coach, that he will be missed, but they just couldn't get him the bounces. Jeff also told me, though, that despite the fact that McComb is gone, that this team really believes in the guys in the locker room, and they still feel that maybe if the chips fall in the right direction, that they can possibly still make the playoffs. He believes that there's lots of talent and that the compete level is there, guys.
Thank you, Chantel. It is a long shot, but even long shots happen once in a while.
Yeah, and talking to Derek Keenan, you and I this week, Teddy, kind of said, even if playoffs aren't in the cards, it's about what can they learn over these next 4 games. What can he teach Jimmy Quinlan? They're going to give Mike Messenger more reps at offense like we're seeing tonight. Maybe that's something that they can do on a more permanent basis next season. They're just going to use these games as a learning experience. The development of Bobby Kidd and McClelland, and see what they've got for next year.
There's a look at Jeff Cornwall. He's been with this organization his entire career. And when you think about the possible turnover that could happen with this Rush organization, with guys like Dilks and Corbeil and Rubish, all UFAs at the end of the season, they've got 2 first-round defenders coming into this organization next year. And Derek Keenan has always been one to keep the cupboard stocked for situations like this. So expect the Rush to bounce back next season. But still a long way to go here. Got to win out and get some help as a quick stick by Shatler goes wide. Church drives, takes a bump there from McIntosh, spins off, takes the shot, save Bouquet loose, and he's got it in the arm pad. Yeah, and the Rush have Mark Matthews locked up for a few more seasons as well on a long-term contract. So as long as he got a former MVP, and the guy that's going to chance one of the best feeders the sport has ever seen in your lineup, good things are going to happen for the Rush. Here's Dinsdale. Laid off the bench, gives it off to Schuss. Now on the corner, Charlotte Beatty spins on Holden Garland. Slide help from Dilks. Ball around the top, flip pass, doesn't connect. That'll be a minor interference on Bobby Kidd. Reset to 30. And we'll have to watch as Saskatchewan tightens up on Kyle Killen, especially when he's behind the net. We'll see how Vancouver balances that. Here's Schuss, no look shot. Oh, tricky bouncer. Pennywise to it. Makes the leg save. Up the ladder, Mallard. Mallard on the far side of the floor. Courier dashes through the middle. Now Messenger out the front door. We'll get off to Courier in the corner. Courier, jab step around the top. Can't get the pass. Obviously takes a chop there from Owen Barker. Inside shot, scores! Messenger picked it clean. And when you can get one of the best two-way transition players to have an offensive snipe like that, he is incredibly talented out the front door. He played offense a lot during his junior career, so it's not a shock to see this, but a snipe like that from top center, pick the corner for another.
What can't he do? He just, that looks like a Mark Matthews shot, like high heat from top center, but the righty version. He played attack at Limestone University, and then came back to BC Junior Lacrosse and came into the Pro League as a D guy. Same story for Reed Bowering. He played attack at Drexel and is a defensive transition player for Vancouver. So you know these guys have finish.
Here's Charlotte Meetings around the top, low to low. Penny was down early, makes that save. Loose ball, Corbeil. Saskatchewan trying to run with numbers. Corbeil, late man Shatler. Matthews, Littner. Bit of a forced pass there that caused turnover by Reed Bowering. Bowering finds Schuss off the bench. He shoots, and a glove save by Penny. That's 2 saves on his former teammate, denying Logan Schuss. And the lefty still without a goal here for the Vancouver Warriors.
Yeah, Logan Schuss, you think he's got the book on Penny, but Penny's got the scout on Logan Schuss as well. As the penalty coming up here. The Saskatchewan Rush, a holding call against Marty Dinsdale on Jordy Jones-Smith. But Logan Schuss has tried a little bit of everything at Eric Penny. You know, the patented Logan Schuss, no lookers, overhand high. That time, a little butt end save from the stick. We'll see if the lefty can get hot here.
Yeah, Jordy Jones-Smith was matched up with Kyle Kill and then squared up with Dinsdale and got a little too much shaft. Ripped it out of his hands, and Vancouver to the power play.
One of many Whitby natives on the Saskatchewan Rush roster, almost a prerequisite to get on this team.
Here's Schuss inside. Lowen with a shot, shoulder save, Penny. And then Rubich flips it to space and Dilks will run onto it. Schuss just gonna stay in the offensive zone. And Rubich will mark him. So essentially 3-on-4 here for the Rush. And Messenger likes his numbers, just bulldodges through the middle of the defense, somehow still has it now, loses it. Keenan in there, and good defense by Vancouver to cause that turnover and a shot clock violation. But man, that's gotta be a scary sight to see Mike Messenger just lower his head and come charging at you with full speed.
It's like trying to stop a Ford pickup through the offensive zone. Not gonna happen.
I'd have preferred to say Shetty, but whatever. Here's Schuss, to Ball. To Schuss, one more, Killen. Good ball movement here by Vancouver. Killen had the label for the low corner, and Penny got the left toe on it. Ball scores from the outside, too easy. He's got 5. A power play mark. Back to a 1-goal game. It's 13-12. I hope you took the over.
Nothing fancy here. There's no set play. This is just Keegan Ball. There's a bit of a fake here. Look, you see Penny kind of bite, kind of nibble at it a little bit, and then just throws it far side low. Keegan Ball scored 8 in a game earlier this season against Colorado in a loss. It was the highest goal total from a player so far this season. Killen's got 6 tonight. Keegan Ball has 5. The Warriors have 12 as a team.
Here, McIntosh pinballing through 2 and 3 defenders. Gives it off. Barker shot, save, Penny. That would have been a big goal for Owen Barker, who, when I was talking with defensive coach Curtis Hodgson, said he was been the biggest surprise for him all season long. Just steady. And he wants this nickname to stick. He calls him the Kangaroo, because all he does is go forward. Here's Church. Skips it down Matthews. Courier, double clutch, off the post and in! Through a screen. Courier beats Bouquet to the glove side. That's his hat-trick goal. And just as quick as a hiccup, the 2-goal lead is restored.
It's just similar to the Keegan Ball goal. It's just outside, pump fake, shot, and that is a nice rip from Courier to put the Rush back on top by 2. Vancouver gets within reach, and the Rush get another one. Vancouver gets within reach, and the Rush get another one. It's been the theme tonight as we approach crunch time.
It has literally been a back and forth battle between these two clubs as Messenger fighting for that loose ball, and he comes away with it. Messenger will jog to space. 4 fresh bodies come onto the floor. Messenger will go get a fresh breath. He needs it.
And the Rush have to be breathing a sigh of relief that Josh Courier has a hat-trick tonight, a guy they've been wanting to get hot all season long, traded for Ben McIntosh, and that's his second hat-trick as a member of the Rush in what's been a snake-bit season for the Peterborough native.
Keenan hit the crossbar. Rush got a fresh 30. Here is Courier. Watched by Bowering. Gives it off to Keenan. Gets it right back. Backhander pass to Lintner. Didn't connect. He was open down the pipe off a nice little set play by the Rush. 9:40 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Shots 51-42 in favor of Saskatchewan. Here's Keegan Ball. Watched there by Matt Beers. Loses it out of his stick as Beer got his stick in his hands. And loose ball grab there by Bobby King. Quickly up ahead, Connor McClellan. Here's Cornwall. Keenan, near side corner, 18 on the shot clock. Messenger out on the floor. Will float it to Church in the far corner. Fakes the flip, keeps it, comes all the way around to his wrong side, still has it. Church, great defense there by Owen Barker. Keenan on his wrong side, puts it on target, saved there by Bouquet. Let's go down to Chantel Chan, who's got more on Keegan Ball.
Yeah, if you notice this season, Keegan Ball has really elevated his game. I asked him how he stayed in shape during the pandemic, and he said that every day, rain, shine, or snow, even though it barely snows on the west coast of Vancouver, he would go up to Quest Field in Squamish and have the net out there and just try to score every time. So he stayed focused all through that time, guys.
Thank you, Chantel. And he's having just an absolutely phenomenal season, is Keegan Ball. Inside Lintner, a one-timer as he found the soft spot in the zone, gets his own rebound, but gotta get a shot off as Barker takes a heavy run at him. And that'll be a shot clock violation and a break. It is a 2-goal game. Alex Bouquet, the Vancouver Warriors trail. Dan Linton, the Rush, trying to keep their season alive. It'll be Scotty Scheffler and Cameron Smith in the final pairing of the 86th edition of the Masters as it comes to an end tomorrow with a final round where the highly coveted green jacket will be awarded to this year's champion. Catch the action starting 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on TSN and CTV, presented by Mercedes EQ. You gonna hurry home to watch the final round tomorrow?
The best month in sports is April. Masters is on, opening weekend, Major League Baseball, National Lacrosse League, actually with playoff implications every single weekend, everything happening right now.
Here's Keegan Ball working on a 5-goal evening. Isolated on Corbeil. Inside Fido doesn't connect with Lowe and just missed. Garland shutting down, killing behind the net. Ball. Watch there by Dilks. 7 on the 30. Up top, Dinsdale. Low to high, and he put it right in the belly pad of Aaron Penny. Penny double bouncer up to Kyle Rubish. And he'll wait for fresh troops off the bench. Come near side Ryan Keenan.
3 or 4 O-sets in a row where they've had killing behind the net just locked off, and it hasn't come to fruition yet for the Vancouver Warriors with those 2-man games on the 4-on-4. We'll see if they keep going back to that.
Here's Robert Church. Time in the room. Shot save. Bouquet. Loose ball. Messenger tried a loose ball diving backhand. Loose ball picked up by Keenan. Reset the 30. Good job by Saskatchewan to get that ball back and keep the Warriors defenders out there, see if they can take advantage. Strong lefty. Ball in the stick of Ryan Keenan. Far side Church. 1-on-1 with Bowering. Up top Keenan. 10 on the shot clock. Matthews. Trying to find someone to pass to. He'll go to his wrong side. Double team there by Salt. Now Kalinich, and Matthews can't feed it. It'll be a shot clock violation. Good pressure by Vancouver, not allowing anybody to get their hands free.
Especially that being the second shot clock on that defensive set. Tired legs, but able to chase Matthews into the corner, lock him off on the double, and get the ball back off the floor.
Far side, Charlotte Beatties. Now Killen. Outside shot, trying to go 5-hole, and Penny made that save. There's Killen looking for a 7th.
Things really getting physical on the pick game too. Every off-ball Vancouver players setting hard picks. The Rush are getting in their grill. The same thing on the other side for the Rush.
Lindner working two-man game. Far side was Curry. Backhand feed doesn't connect. Loose ball grabbed by Keenan. Late on the floor comes Mester. Keevan driving shot, hitting a stick at Derek Lloyd. And it bounced off the end boards right to Bouquet. Quickly up ahead. Goodwin. Schuss and Shatler having words running off the floor. There's a shot by Killen, knocked away by the stick of Matt Beers, and it goes out of play. New 30 here for Vancouver.
This time Corbeil gonna lock Killen off behind the net.
And literally just standing with him pressed up against the boards. Here's Charlotte Beatties. Runs off a pick, little flip into Schuss, doesn't connect. Loose ball grabbed there by Dilks.
Thinking, hey, this guy's got literally Killen's gonna get a penalty behind the play. Literally 50% of Vancouver's offense. Corbeil, we're just gonna lock him off, and then Killen's gonna get a penalty.
I think Killen thought Penny had the ball and checked his stick out of the crease, but I don't know what they're gonna call. Maybe goalie interference, but nonetheless, Kyle Killen gonna head to the box, but he won't as Courier finds a soft spot and scores 6 on 5. That is a backbreaker for the Warriors.
Best night in a Rush jersey for Josh Courier. His first 4-goal game for the Saskatchewan Rush. This comes 6 on 5. Again, Rush just executing tonight. You know they practice a 6 on 5 play. And Courier's able to slip to the inside and makes no mistake. He's throwing some different looking shots tonight, but hard overhand, which you don't see him do a ton. Usually it's a sub shot bouncer or some sidearm action. For Courier shooting overhand tonight, he's shooting accurately, and he's got 4.
The referees maybe just talking about some clock issue. It was a slash on Killen, waved off by the goal. And so we'll go to the dot with Messenger and Gustafson. And Gustafson will call on procedures. He went a little early. As the fans start to get into it here inside SaskTel Arena.
And despite COVID restrictions this year, they've still been averaging just shy of 10,000 at night.
Here's Keenan around the top, gives it far side to Robert Church, works a two-man game with Lindner. Matthews to Church, oh, he couldn't find it, loose ball in the corner. And Barker will let the shot clock wind down and take us to our final TV timeout of regulation. Zach Courier may have had a bit of a slow season, but he's got 4 tonight in the biggest game of the year. Saskatchewan leads it by 3. Can Vancouver claw their way back? Come join us and find out here on TSN.
The NLL on TSN is brought to you in part by Alterna Savings. Alterna offers easy, more personal financial services and puts the good in banking. Visit alterna.ca to learn more. By Fanatics.ca, the NLL's home for officially licensed everything. Visit Fanatics.ca today. And by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will.
Let's look at SaskTel Center inside the arena here. Time now for your turning point of the game, brought to you by Fanatics.ca. And a 3-goal run by the Rush in 52 seconds.
Vancouver led 6-4.
We'll get to that.
Rush rattled off 3 in 52 seconds. They haven't trailed since.
Pass picked off by Rubish. I was a little anxious. Rubish on the run. He's got Beers joining him. Rubish to Beers to Rubish. And he bobbled it. Bouquet looking to the bench. And I think Chris Gill said, one more possession, then you need to start coming. Schuss One-hand feed. Oh, that pass was deflected by the stick at Dilks. And interference called as Lowen was given a ride to the ground. So reset to 30.
Steve Fryer's got his helmet on, so he'll probably be the one retreating back when they pull the goaltender.
Here's Ball. Picked up by McClellan. Ball driving underneath. I'm going to say illegal screen away from the ball. And a possession here to the Rush. Into the corner, Church. 3.5 to go here in regulation. Saskatchewan leading it by 3. They need to win out to have any sort of chance at the playoffs. Backhand flip. Church couldn't find it. Bodies battling. The shot clock is going to wind down here. Here comes Alex Bouquet. So 6 on 5 for the Warriors. Hidden ball trick. Killen. They got the wrong guy. And now they figured it out. They had Penny looking the wrong way. Inside feed all alone, Lowen. I think that hit the post. Messenger has it. Flips it up ahead. Dilks couldn't find a nice job by Charlotte Beatties to backtrack. And Messenger.
Penalty on the play. Vancouver Warriors. Logan Schuss tied up with Messenger, who's running off the floor without his helmet. Tries to go the over-the-top wrap check. And Schuss getting an offensive zone penalty with 2:49 to go.
That's a backbreaker of a penalty. So Schuss will sit for 2 or less. As the Rush power play, who has been fantastic tonight. 3 for 4 on the power play on just 5 shots.
Just about as efficient as you can get. And we see they always go after it early. Well, a lot of the power play goals by the Rush happen within the first 15 seconds or so. Let's see what they got here.
Now I think they're just happy to sit on some time here, use as much 30 as they can. Backhand flip knocked down by the stick of Minsky. Running is Bowering. He's got ball off the bench. One more shot on an old shoulder save by Penny tonight. Justin Salt. Corbeil has it. Rubish grabs it off the sideboards. It'll be an 8-second violation. And here comes Steve Fryer, so they'll play 5-on-5 straight up here with Schuss in the box. Killen off the bench, shot, scores! Maybe don't let him do that. But Killen will take it. 7 on the night for Kyle Killen, a career high. And he makes it a 2-goal game with 2:03 left.
Everything falling for Kyle Killen. Still a lot of lacrosse left to go. If you don't lock him off behind the net and play 4-on-4, he's going to shoot the minute he steps on the floor, and it ends up in the back of the net.
Like I said, we were joking with him before the game, and he was saying, these defenders are just getting in the way. They just won't let me shoot. Well, he's gotten time and room all night, and he's taken advantage of it. And Ball and Killen have scored 12 straight for the Vancouver Warriors.
38 on the season for Killen.
Saskatchewan turns it over, maybe just a little too loud to get enough. Shatler all alone, he dropped it. Bowering finds that loose ball. And timeout, Warriors. 93 seconds in regulation. Caleb Toth will talk it over with his offense and see what they can draw up here, 6-on-5. Time now for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by Fanatics.ca, and it was indeed that run by the Rush with a spur of goals in just 52 seconds.
Yeah, Vancouver was leading at that point, 6-4, and then 3 quick ones from Lintner, an outside rip from Courier, and then another quick stick opportunity here from Jeff Shatler. Gave the Rush the lead at 7-6, and they have not trailed since. They're up by 2 with just over 90 seconds to go. Keep in mind, Logan Schuss still in the penalty box. Even with the goalie pull, Vancouver can only go 5-on-5 here.
So they'll send out Keegan Ball, Kyle Killen, Marty Dinsdale, Adam Charlambides, and Riley Lowen. The Rush will counter with Beers, Dilks, Rubish, Corbeil, Garland, and Eric Penny. Shots 55-48 in favor of the Rush. Can Vancouver make this a one-goal game? Everybody on their feet here in SaskTel.
It'll be Dilks versus Killen. With help from Corbeil at top center, Garland down low. Keegan Ball brings it in.
So Steve Fryer on the bench. Here's Keegan Ball. Working a two-man game with Killen. Skips it over to Charlambides. Back to Ball. Shot saved there by Eric Penny. He was down early. He's going to have to get this over the timeline. Rubish to Corbeil, and just in time. Beers. Literally nobody checking him. He'll just run to space. Now Goodwin will pick him up. Beers to the middle of the floor. Flips it to Corbeil. He can't handle it. Fryer will give it off to Barker. Schuss is released from the penalty box. So 6-on-5 now for Vancouver. Killen top center. Fryer to the bench. Keegan Ball. Inside feed. Lowen shot. Put it wide. Loose ball. And it's picked up by Bobby Kidd the third. Open net. And Keenan yelled at him to go for the empty net to make it a 3-goal game, and they'll just call a timeout.
I think other players on the floor were telling him to settle.
Well, see, when it's a 1-goal game, you usually don't want to throw that because if you miss, it can come back and haunt you. But in a 2-goal game, you can make it a 3-goal game with under a minute to play. It becomes near impossible. But Bobby Kidd doing the safe, responsible thing, holding on to the ball, keeping possession, allows his team to call a timeout. As Jimmy Quinlan looking for his first win as a pseudo-associate head coach. And see what he can do with his offense here.
Before he takes the reins full-time next season. So Vancouver, Logan Schuss back out of the penalty box. Fryer and Bouquet on the bench. Goaltender will remain full. I think he's try to jump ball carrier, try to get something up the floor to kill it or ball.
Joking with Jimmy Quinlan before the game, just saying congratulations to him, a former teammate of mine. And, you know, it was a natural progression for him. And he jokingly said, I got the talking part down. Anybody that knows Jimmy Quinlan knows he had the gift of the gab when chirping players as a player and sometimes as a coach.
Yeah, he said it wasn't the way, he said congratulations. He's not excited about the way that he got the job.
So Messenger will be double-teamed by Bowering and Midski. And this happened last time these teams played in Vancouver, and he just killed the clock on his own. Now he's going to be triple-teamed, down to the turf, loses his helmet. You know, he's got to be careful not to take a penalty, and they're going to grab him for playing without equipment. I think this is going to be a penalty to Mike Messenger. There's still a lot of madness happening on the floor.
Spent a lot of time with the bucket off tonight as Messenger. Oh, he's getting in to a dirty spot. Players like to take that extra shot at him. He is going to get a penalty for playing without equipment. 16.3 seconds.
Saskatchewan Rush fans don't like the call, but as soon as you lose your helmet, if you have the ball, you got to finish your play. And other than that, you just got to get off the floor. And he kind of jumped on top of Midski to keep him down the ground. So 16.3. No goal in the net, so they'll go 6-on-4 here. Outside shot, saved Penny, loose ball picked up by Dilks. 10 on the clock. Dilks just gonna ice it into the corner. And when they needed a game the most, the Saskatchewan Rush are able to knock off the Vancouver Warriors 15-13. Keep their hopes while Slim still alive. And this is a heartbreaker for the Vancouver Warriors, who now need a lot of help to make the playoffs.
Quinlan, can't say win. Can't say Quinlan without win as he gets his first win as a co-head coach of Saskatchewan Rush. get their 5th win of the season. A lot of things went right for them that they probably wish they had all season long. Courier comes alive, well-rounded offense, precision passing, power play on point. They look vintage.
Eric Penny gets the win against his former club. We'll wrap it up when we come back. A big win for the Saskatchewan Rush on the heels of a 4-goal night from Josh Courier, his best performance as a member of the Saskatchewan Rush, and it couldn't have come at a better time. He scored in all facets of his game, scored big goals, scored timely goals, and at the end of the day, his Saskatchewan Rush stay alive in the chase for the championship. He's down with our own Chantel Chan right now.
Josh, big game for you tonight, probably your best this season. Tell me how it felt to kind of have that game tonight.
Felt great. I don't think we played 60 minutes all season, so to finally do it, even though it's late in the season, it feels really good.
And of course, your brother is also in this playoff race. You guys win one. I know you need some chips to fall, but when you think about how confident this group is there still a lot of faith in the locker room?
I think so. We can only control what we can control, so that's what we got to focus on, and we just got to win out and see what happens.
Well, congratulations on your big night. Congratulations on the win, and the best of luck for the rest of the year.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Chantel, and thank you to Josh, his brother Zach, and the Calgary Roughnecks rolling. But the Rush still have playoff aspirations, and a couple more wins might get a little bit closer, but it's a long way. But this is a good start, a big win, and a start of a new era.
Yeah, the Quinlan and Jimmy Quinlan era, as he's going to take over head coaching duties next season. But I think the Rush are looking at this game and going, man, where was this a few weeks ago and a month ago and all season long? As they looked exactly like they did during their dynasty years tonight, Daddy. They were moving the ball really well. They were forcing transition. Rubish and Corbeil and Dilks, and their best defenders were their best defenders. And they got contributions from all over the floor. A well-rounded offense tonight, a game they could be happy with and use this momentum.
It was a huge night for the Vancouver Warriors, Kyle Killen and Keegan Ball, but two guys can only do so much.
Yeah, you need a little bit more offense. Killen has 7. Keegan Ball scores 5 tonight, but nothing else outside of Brandon Goodwin's empty netter for the Vancouver Warriors. They're not going to be happy with that performance as they go back to the drawing board. Not eliminated yet, but a lot needs to happen.
There is still a lot to play in the chase for the championship, but here in Saskatoon, the Rush roll over the Vancouver Warriors. A huge night from Josh Courier, but only so much. Killen and Ball could do 13 between them, but not enough as Eric Penny gets a win against his former club. For Mike Winningham, for Peter Buchanan and our whole staff, Chantel Chan, Brad Chandler, I'm Teddy Jenner. This is the NLL on TSN.